What is happening? Welcome back to the Pass Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We have another episode of Turn Back the Clock Tuesday, and this evening we are heading the whole way back to the year 1994 to rip into this very futuristic style box of Leaf Limited, the Rookies Edition, something I've never ever opened here before. You may remember if you've been around since 2019, I did open a box of the regular set. We have the more obscure rookie-only set that's very reflective and mirror-like. Whole bunch of big name prospects from this era. This was actually gifted to me by my brother for this past Christmas, one of the many gifts that he gave me, and the oldest box that he gave me, and it's one that I'm excited to rip into. It's a personal break for me, chasing after the numbered Alex Rodriguez rookie card that I have never owned. Don't have that in my rookie box. Number out of 5,000, part of the Phenoms insert set. And to give you an idea of the scarcity of this product, they only made 30,000 of these boxes, less than the regular Leaf Limited set that year. Box number 13,898, and these actually kind of carry a bit of a hefty price tag for something from 94. They go for about 150 bucks now. But nonetheless, we are going to crack the seal on this. We got Ed Smiley, Paul L., and everybody else. Thank you guys all for being here for this personal rip. Shout out to my brother Eric for making this one happen. The Alex Rodriguez it's one that I've had on my list for many years now. I never picked it up, but never could fathom spending $75 plus on an Alex Rodriguez. It's not a true rookie card, obviously. It's an insert rookie, but it's one that I like to get for the rookie box. We have 20 packs in this futuristic style box, and here's an idea of what the A-Rod looks like. Hopefully, with my luck, and end up with a Midray Cummings or a Raul Mondesi out of 5,000. But we should see one in this box. The odds are 1 in 12 packs. There are 20 packs in this box. So let's pull them all out. These were $4.99 back in 94. I don't think I ever bought any packs of these, even though I was probably obsessing over players like Bill Van Landingham back then. We will haphazardly toss that box off to the side and cover the whole screen with all of these shiny pack wrappers and get to ripping. 5 cards per pack. We have a 10% chance of pulling an Alex Rodriguez. So fingers crossed. Thank you all for being here this evening. Let's see what kind of propaganda we have displayed on the back of the pack. 1 in 12 packs, the Phenom set. If we don't get an Alex Rodriguez, I'll probably throw a temper tantrum, but we might end up walking away with like a Manny Ramirez, a Carlos Delgado, a Javi Lopez. Hopefully, not a Midray Cummings or Bob Hamlin. But super nice cards. If you do remember the last time I opened these in 2019, I wore gloves. The first and the last time I would ever do that. It was actually a break for other people, so I don't want to smudge it up on my greasy fingerprints. But tonight we're going hog wild, smudging it all up. Joey Hamilton starts things off. Super, super nice looking cards from this era. Paul L says, I remember that. Of course, Paul L was around back then. I don't know if anybody else in here was, but very sleek design in comparison with everything else in 94, maybe outside of like Topps Finest or even SP. There's Sean Green. It's an 80-card set. Really the best rookie we're looking for by today's standards would be Chan-Ho Park. But I'm sure Paul L is really banking on a John Hudek to show up. Why was that card upside down? Ernie Young. It's very, very nice. Jerry Manley says Topps cards today would have printed lines and dinged corners out of the pack. Shout out to Jerry Manley, too, by the way. I just saw it before I popped on here. Today's Jerry's birthday. Please take a second and wish Jerry Manley, a true TPIA cultist, a happy birthday. Sloppy Stacks has had friends that some had these. So jealous at that time. They were gorgeous. They still are so amazing, man. I know I had some of them that I pulled out of, like, grab bags from the local LCS, as some people would call it. But I don't think I ever had any big names. So it's all cursive text on the front. And the last card is always upside down. Matt Walbeck. There's probably been a lot of cringy names in here. Guys that you don't remember, or barely remember, I should say. Pushing buttons. Thanks for the birthday wishes for Jerry. Alton says, pull me a Thomas. I wish you could pull Thomas out of here. He's not in this set, though. Not in this one. Packs are a little hard to open. They almost look like, the wrappers look like Pokemon packs of today, to me at least. There's Rich Becker. It's going to be a pretty quick rip. Only 20 packs. We're only going to see 100 cards in here. Steve Dunn, there's Ricky Metallico. I'll try to go real painstakingly slow through all of these, so our time is not cut short. Mike Lieberthal. And look at that. Pretty quick, we pulled the Chan-Ho Park rookie. I don't think I ever owned that one before. That's probably one I'll put in my rookie box. I have some of his other stuff, or I think most of his rookies in my rookie box. So why the hell not add probably his best one to the mix? Chan-Ho Park. Put that one off to the side. No Thomas, this is limited. So like harder to open than 89 score trash bag wrappers. Looks like a Pop-Tart wrapper. It definitely does. I thought I had opened a box of these like more recent than 6 years ago. Pretty freaking nuts. I missed out on something. Mikey G, thanks for pointing that out. It is Brian Smith, member for 5 freaking years. Says, was that a chode name I heard that you that gave you these? What is going on, Brian? Good to see you in here. Hector Carrasco, Miguel Jimenez. I don't remember Miguel Jimenez at all. But Brian Smith, 5 years in the TPIA cult. That's true dedication right there. Troy O'Leary, Carl Everett. Not a bad name on that one. Ray Hobart. Ending that pack. And trudging right along. I did a real piss poor job scattering these all over the place. It looks hectic. Spectra Tech Technology. Very nice release. And for $5 a pack in 94, you better believe I was probably buying 4 or 5 packs of score or tops before I was shelling it out on these cards. There's Matt Meeske. Paul L says, Troy O'Leary makes me cringe. Not as bad as John Jaw. Probably, or Paul Sorrento, though. There's Solomon Torres. Kevin Foster. John Mabry. And another Chan-Ho Park. That's pretty awesome. So you very well may see that up for grabs. One of those up for grabs in tomorrow night's sale. I was just about to comment on the Coalition being pretty decent thus far, even though we're kind of just starting things off. It's a pretty small set. Might be able to hand collate the whole thing out of one box. I guess we'll wait and find out. Ishmael Valdez. There's Billy Ashley. Would have been real stoked on that card back then. Jason Jacome. I totally forgot all about him. I don't think I've said that name since the 90s. And there is a rookie card of none other than Rusty Trombone Greer and Chris Gomez. Ending that pack. 2 Chan-Ho Park rookies. No sign of a Phenoms yet. Maybe we'll get lucky and get 2 of them. Ed Smiley says, do these come in a cello? In cello packs? Yeah, Ed pointed out to me the other night on the Whatnot app, which seems to be just completely bogged down full of bros that don't have any idea what they're talking about, from what I've seen on there. 90% of them at least. But the guy had a whole bunch of older packs, and he had, what were they, 89 or 88 tops? I can't remember. I think he had both, honestly. But he kept calling cello packs cello packs. Just like, what the hell, man? We got an 88 tops cello pack here. Chet, man. Rusty Trombone to Ricky Berwick. Ricky Berwick has been going off as of lately. Rondell White. Would have been a hot one back then. And here is one for Paul L. John Hudek. The John Hudek rookie shows up. And I'm pretty sure John Hudek was one of the, if not the first omen on this channel, outside of like maybe Greg Swindell. Kept pulling his freaking Wave of the Future inserts out of Series 2 94 Flair. There's Mark Newfield and Robert Perez. Paul L. is pumped on the John Hudek sighting. No sign of Phenoms yet. We got to build the suspense. We got to build up the suspense big. Damn it. So much for the suspense. There is our bronze numbered card in 94. Would have been screaming right now in 2026. I hate it. Rico Bronya, Batista, Brian L. Hunter, Steve Traxel, and there is our numbered out of 5,000. We got totally effed on the A-Rod numbered rookie. Rookie Phenoms, the jailbird himself, Raul Mondesi, 2658. of 5,000. Would have been a very nice pull. It's the first card of the insert set. Everyone would have been losing it right now had we been 30 years back in time. Or I should say 32 years back in time. Mondesi. Very nice cards, though. Very nice. But maybe it's a gluttony in me, but maybe we'll find another one. They are 1 in 12 packs, so probably not going to find another one, but don't go anywhere because there's still plenty of cringe to happen. Paul Shuey. Jim Edmonds. It's a second-year Jim Edmonds. That's definitely a good one. And there's Bill Van Landingham. If Craig B was in here right now, or if he watches the replay, he would be stoked on that pull. Greg Blosser and Fenyete. Ending of that pack. What happened to Fenyete? Ninth inning. What's going on, man? They're super nice cards. I would say, I don't know, it's definitely one of my favorite releases from this era. I have a hard time cracking boxes of these just because of the serial numbered. And they just gradually, I mean, all waxes has been going up like crazy, especially lately. I'm seeing these boxes that 6 months ago were $50 less. Some were more than that. I saw, what was it, yesterday? 86 Donruss. You used to be able to find boxes of those all day, every day for $120 or less. Typically even around $100. And a couple of years ago, now they're almost $200. And that's how it is with everything. Even 88 Donruss, I'm seeing people pay $40 for 88 Donruss boxes. Keeps going up. Paul Spoljaric. I have not heard that name since probably 94. A lot of these. I'm like real obsessed with putting this set together, though. Might not be that hard to do. Kind of have some wiggle room there with about, 19 or 20 duplicates allowed to put the set together. We haven't seen a whole lot of those. Jose Lever, Scott Ruffcorn was pumped on him back 94. Marcus Moore. There's Orlando Miller. And we're not going to get an A-Rod. I shouldn't say that. Being very negative and pessimistic. But Real Mondesi totally screwed us. There's Darren Bragg. Corey Bailey, the dupes are coming out in full force now. Tony Longmire. First time seeing that, but I am spellbound by these cards. My thing is, do these brick? I have never seen them brick. I've only opened at least one box. I might open two, like, throughout my life at some point, but the last time I opened a box was 6 years ago, and those were fine, too. For whatever reason, that Spectra technology doesn't seem to allow them to stick together, thankfully. But there's Rick White, Mark Smith, Denny Hawking, and Jesus Tavares, number 36. Do you mind if we Chan Ho Park for a while? I'm surprised I got two of those. I am, however, not surprised that we got one of the worst phenoms possible. I guess it could have been worse. Like I said, it could have been Midray Cummings. There's CJ, Kurt Abbott, Garrett Anderson, another good one, probably one of the best ones in the base set, Jorge Fabregas, and John Lieber. I don't think I ever really cared for John Lieber, even as a Pirates fan back then. Ninth inning, yeah, pick one up, man. These ones are $150. I would probably grab the regular Leaf Limited. Lots of veteran numbered out of 5,000 in those. I don't know what those boxes are running for now. I think I picked up a box a year or two ago off of somebody on Marketplace. I want to say I got a sealed box of regular Leaf Limited for like $30 off some lady. And they're definitely well over $100 now for the regular set. But you can get Thomas, Ripken out of 5,000. Russ Davis. I don't know who would want a Russ Davis out of 5,000. Certainly not me. Johnny Ruffin, Jared Williams, and Luis Lopez is going to end that pack. This is going to be a quick freaking rip. It's not long enough. I might have to just tap into my stash of 92 Topps Kids to keep this going and drag it out all night. 5 packs left. Paul F., what's happening, man? Rick Helling. J.R. Phillips, Mike Kelly. Here's McDavid and Matt Walbeck again. Well, at least we're not going to put anyone on the Omen list tonight. At least doesn't seem like it. Maybe I'll sit here and hand collate the whole set while we're live. Couldn't be anything more boring than that. Just roughing it. Robert Herm says 5 more packs. I got a giant showcase next to me. I actually did a box of the regular Leaf Limited set, but I swore to myself I would never keep or never open those. What the hell happened in this corner? Steve Dunn, of course, is one I need for my freaking set. We'll just do that. Never happened. Metallico, Lieberthal, James Mouton, and Zapak. Paul says I'm down. Count to 100. Yeah, let's have a contest. See how quick I can hand-collate a set. Rick Helling again. And seeing some of the same names. McDavid and Tony Tarasco. First time seeing that. There's the backside, if you guys didn't catch it. But it's got a paragraph on it. Super sleek cards. You could probably take all the commons and put them on your mantle and still woo out ladies because there's so much shine coming off of these. It would blind them instantly as soon as they walk in your living room. And then there were 2. Opens 9-1 Fleer, they won't be as bright. Yeah, honestly, you're not kidding. Speaking of shenanigans, that's kind of all this guy's been up to is shenanigans. He stayed up way too late on New Year's Eve, did not want to go to bed. And everybody else fell asleep, and he decided to go around and play pranks on them all. That's what he does. There's Shane Reynolds. And some new faces, at least. Steve Carsey. Armando Benitez ending that pack. Only 1 more left. And we find a freaking A-Rod in here. Mike Walkton levitating in that soon-to-be snow globe. Bring us another numbered Phenoms. Speaking of Mike Walkton, I was talking to Jerry Manley recently. Jerry Manley is going to try to put together a TPIA event in central Pennsylvania. We were spitballing things. If that happens, we have to get Mike Walkton to come to that for a meet and greet. We have another one in here. How crazy is that? 1 in 12 packs. We'll have 20 in here. We have another one. Can we have redemption in an A-Rod? Walkton, bring us the Alex Rodriguez. But we'd have to have Mike Walkton suspended in the air. So he'd have to be up in the air or inside of a gigantic plastic bubble. And then there'd have to be like a mobile staircase that you would push up to him and walk up the stairs to meet him in the air to get him to sign your stuff. So we have to get him to do that. I'm very, very excited about it. It has to happen. Alden in the house is Happy New Year, TPIA fam. Alden, thank you very much, man. If you're not subscribed to our buddy Alden, please do so. Cards, Cars, and Guitars. Check him out. If Mikey G posts a link to him, there is his channel right there. Subscribe to our buddy Alden. Happy New Year to you. Can we find an A-Rod in here for my PC? After all these years of dragging my feet on buying it and now regretting it because it keeps going up. Kevin Foster, John Mabry. Don't screw me, John Mabry. Moment of truth. It's not a freaking A-Rod. Damn it, it's Bob Hamlin. So I got lucky and got 2 from 1 box. And, of course, it's freaking Bob Hamlin out of 5,000. All that build-up for a freaking Bob Hamlin. I've never been so disappointed in my entire life. Well, maybe with that time I kept seeing B.J. Wallace and was mistaking it for Jeter in 93 Pinnacle. But I guess we still beat the freaking odds regardless. Yeah, he does look like Babe Ruth real bad on that card. So I guess that's kind of something. But super nice cards. I will probably go through and see if I can put the set together just for the hell of it because they're very nice. And I even got a couple cards for the PC, even though I struck out majorly. I got a Chan-Ho Park rookie for the rookie box, and I don't think I have that. So that's a pretty decent come up regardless. Maybe we'll rip these again someday because I got to pull that card, but they just keep going in price. So we'll see what happens. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know another box you'd like to see ripped here during this new year. And hopefully you'll join me tomorrow night for a live sports card sale. Got all kinds of random stuff to sell freshly off the floor. So that'll be about 8:30 Eastern time tomorrow. Until then, guys, you freaking rule. Join me tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your evening.